Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Marcio. You're watching The Urban Man. So today I've got a little review for you guys. Before we jump into that discussion on the wrist, I'm wearing a modified SKX. I actually haven't done a video on this guy. I think I'm going to be doing this video next. It's record. I still need to do a whole bunch of editing. This was a scratch build from the ground up. So yeah, I've got to still put up the video on this guy. It's custom from the ground up build SKX. This aside, what can I show you guys? We're looking at the Straking. Today we are going to be looking at this guy here. This is the Straking AM0184SS. That's the reference number for this guy. This is basically the predecessor to the one, well, not predecessor, the step up to this guy here, which I reviewed about a week ago. For this video, you guys can click up here and you guys can check that out. This was a 50-50 hit and miss. You'll see if you guys watch that video. I have two of them, the blue dial variant as you see here and the white dial variant. This blue dial variant is actually not such a good movement inside of this one. So you guys can click that link and have a watch of this watch and see what you guys think of that guy. So I'll put that up there for you guys. But without blabbering on too much, let's just have a quick dive down and let's go look at this Straking watch. Okay guys, so here we are with the Straking. As I said, the reference number is AM0184SS12. That's the reference number there, okay? Let's get the packaging out the way. So the packaging is exactly the same as the first Straking that I had reviewed. Nothing more fancier, just comes in this. There's the two links that I used to size her up, and it comes with a cleaning cloth. And that's pretty much all you're going to get inside this packaging. Clean, simple, but for the price point, not too bad. So let's put this box up here one side and take a look at the watch. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just quickly take this guy here off my wrist so that I don't have this in the way. Put this one side here. All right, so here we have the Straking. As I said, AM0184SS. So this guy here, going onto the dial, you've got applied indices, as you can see there, with a high chrome polish finish on those arrow indices. And you've got a small date window cut out there at the 3 o'clock position with your crown at the 3 o'clock position. Your hands are also dolphin style, high polished hands with a nice high polished second hand there. Excuse the little bit of a glare there, but this is a black, like a sunburst black dial almost. You got printing, the logo printed there on top at the 12, and just automatic, nice and clean there at the bottom. So this is definitely a nice clean dress piece. In terms of dimensions here, you're looking at a 40mm case size. The case width, you're looking at 12mm. The lug width, if I'm not mistaken, is 20mm, but we're just going to confirm that quickly. Yep, it's a 20mm lug width. And lug to lug, you're looking at a size of, let me grab it there, almost about 48mm lug to lug. So if you got about a 6.5 inch wrist, this thing wears beautifully. The crown is a push-pull crown, okay, and it does have hacking. This is, once again, Straking's in-house movement, their own in-house movement, high beat, 28,800 BPH, and you can see that movement on this one through the see-through case back over there. I did leave the sticker on at the back there, but it's pretty nicely decorated. The rotor there has got some little bit of a like perlage work there, but and you got that like lotus emblem there on the glass in the middle. Overall, quite a nice finish. The back is a screw down back. Here you got solid on the coming to the bracelet. You got solid end links and solid links on the bracelet which is push-pull links. Okay, so pretty easy to size if you have the correct tools, and it's got a milled butterfly clasp, deploy and clasp. Just push those 2D points and it pops right open. As I said, it's got hacking and hand winding. So the first position will be your date over there, and the second position will be to adjust the time. It also does have hand winding. That aside, the crystal is actually a sapphire crystal. I'm pretty impressed with that. So overall, in terms of value for money, you're getting that in this watch very much so, as opposed to the previous model that I showed you. I think this is around about $20 more than this guy that I had shown you, but you're getting much more features in this guy as opposed to this guy. You can watch the video on this. You can see the case and everything it's the same watch. But you're getting, well, not the same. Actually, the case, you got the bezel, and that's a bit different on this guy, yeah. But in terms of the way it wears, the look, overall look of it is more or less the same. But you're getting much more features in here as opposed to this guy here. So have a watch, have a look at this review just so you guys can just check that out, and you guys can compare. Well, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison on that probably in the next 1 or 2 weeks, this versus that, but I don't want to do that at the moment. I just want to focus on this guy here. That aside, your case is made of 316 stainless steel, as so is the case back there, except obviously you'll see through your glass section over there, but the glass here doesn't specify if it's sapphire or mineral. I would assume it's probably just a mineral at the back there. If they don't usually specify, it's usually just a mineral crystal there, which is perfectly fine if I'm honest, because this, once it's on your wrist, nothing's gonna knock around there. So what I'm gonna just do now quickly is I've got some shots that I took outside in the natural sunlight, so you guys can just have a look out in the sunlight and see how the dial there. Sorry for this dust of specks, the specks of dust on the dial there. You guys can just have a look and see how she looks out in the natural sunlight there. And yeah, very legible. As you can see, I had no issues reading this one on the wrist whatsoever. All right, coming back, in terms of water resistance, you're only going to, this is a dress piece, it's got 50 meters water resistance, so you're not going to be getting that much wet, especially with the push-pull crown. You got the screw-down case back, but yeah, the crown is only push and pull, so you can get this wet, a little splash of water, washing your hands and that sort of thing, but I wouldn't be swimming with this guy at all. After all, it is a dress piece. Yeah, that aside, guys, overall value for money, it is really, really impressive. The only real con that I can, well, not con, negatives that I've got of this watch is I wish the second hand was slightly a little bit longer reaching out. It doesn't exactly hit those minute markers there, that second hand. The second hand and the minute hand is exactly the same length. So I wish that second hand was slightly a little bit longer. Also, in terms of the case finishing and stuff, it's very plain. I actually never jumped into the case finishing. Sorry, I missed that. You know, you got this high polished, and then your bracelet, it is like got a sand blasted almost finish on the outside with this chrome stripes over here in the middle there. But very vanilla in terms of case finishing, and that just all high polishing on the case all around. Nothing extraordinary, no brushings or anything weird of that sort. So nothing special in terms of case finishing. That will be another negative that I can give it. And then lastly, the other negative will be obviously the in-house movement. As I mentioned previously, I had this other Straking watch, and one of them was a dud. So, you know, buying one of these pieces, you don't sometimes know what you're getting or how long the longevity. But there was, as I said before in the last video, that you can actually swap out if you have any issues, you can swap out the movement and actually use a Miyota movement in here. So I mean, if you look at the overall package of this watch, I mean the dial, the bracelet, the sapphire crystal, and if you really this appeals to you, and you want to take the risk and say no, it doesn't pay out, but you still really love the whole look and feel of this watch, you can always, if there's issues, you can always swap out that movement if you have issues in the future with a trusty Miyota movement. I think it was the 8035, if I'm not mistaken, or 8025. I could be wrong, but I know it was definitely a Miyota movement. There is video out there on that. I'll try and find it. If I do find it, I'll post that link down below in my description so you guys can have a look. Let's pop up back into the studio. Okay guys, we back up on top here with this Straking. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, value for money. It is a very good proposition, and it does wear beautifully on the wrist, as you guys saw. Dimensions are perfect for my 7.25" wrist at least. I'm really happy with this piece. The only, besides those other little things like in terms of the second hand, my only real main concern here would be that movement. Knowing how long it's going to last. But as I said below, if I really love this piece and I want to spend an extra $50 or $60 buying a Miyota movement in it to keep her running and ticking, I would do that. I mean, overall, the terms of quality with a bracelet and case and that, for the money, it's not too bad. So I can highly recommend it if you don't mind taking a risk on a Straking movement. And that's it for me, guys. Thanks. I really appreciate you watching till the end. It's been great having you here with me. If this is your first time watching, please remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can get notified on all my newest videos that I release. And that aside, I've got a ton of great content in my channel, in my library. Have a look down, not just watches. I love switch watching it up. Tongue twister. I love mixing it up there and having different types of reviews out there. So if there's something in particular that you guys want to see, let me know. Maybe I can see if I can get my hands on it and review it for you guys. But yes, and hit that like button as well. Don't forget to hit that like button. Anyways, guys, that's it. I've been blabbering on enough, and it's been a pleasure having you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and stay safe. Cheers for now.